Dear friends and supporters, my name is Luigi Morelli and I'm a writer. Over the last 15 years, I have explored both matters relating to social change and to American history. The project that I'm about to embark on will take me from New England to the Rockies in the next 4.5 months to collect information and stories from pioneers and visionaries working at groundbreaking social initiatives. It will be a continuation of my previous 2 books, Legends and Stories for a Compassionate America, Visions for a Compassionate America. At the origin of this project was the collaboration with a number of people in mapping out the work of multi-sector, multi-stakeholder, multi-scale networks, which are doing great work across the country, and which we dubbed MSN3. I now realize this moniker, MSN3, it articulates 3 interrelated aspects of a holistic paradigm of social change. So this is a bit of a technical jargon. But what does it mean to you and I, and why is it worth my time and your time? Let's look at each of the 3 aspects briefly. The first aspect is a new way of seeing the forces at play in society. Over the last 40-50 years, more and more people have realized that society is articulated not just around the state and the economy, but also around the growing reality of civil society, which includes you and I. Here are some examples. The Institute of Cultural Affairs, which called civil society the cultural commonality. Steve Waddell, who calls it the social sector. Henry Mintzberg, who calls it the plural sector. This means that civil society has a power of its own, a moral, social, cultural power to shape values for the whole of society. It boils down to the power to create a new culture. The second aspect is a new way of engaging and relating between social actors. Lasting solutions to the growingly complex social issues we are facing will only be possible if we bring all stakeholders implicated and affected by an issue to the negotiating table. And this can be done if we meet the whole person through the processes of the open mind, open heart, and open will. These allow a collective breakthrough leading to solutions that work for all. This general principle applies in manifold variations whether we are addressing 2 individuals, an organization and all its stakeholders, or organizations of the 3 sectors involved in a societal issue. Here are 3 examples from dozens and dozens we could take. Focused conversation that can be used in a meeting for discussing something as simple as a line item. Consensus decision-making, which can be used to explore and approve a proposal at any degree of complexity. And finally, Theory U, applied in the work within or between organizations at all levels of complexity. We are talking about a complete shift away from either-or, the will of the majority against the minority, to both and, the needs of all stakeholders. The third aspect is a new way of working at social change. The work of coalitions, collaboratives and networks has led in the past 10 years to what some have called generative social networks. We can now address issues by bringing a variety of stakeholders within 1, 2 or 3 sectors to coordinate their efforts in a voluntary way in order to better target and fulfill their common goals, avoiding gaps, duplication, competition. This form of working gives rise to organizational structures that enable self-organizing, shared leadership, and decentralized decision-making. These structures act like living organisms or ecosystems. The 3 parts of the paradigm shift are intimately interwoven, interconnected, and synergistic. They are already yielding concrete positive results all around us. Your support will contribute to the work of making this fluid reality more accessible to the reader with the writing of a primer for holistic social change. Please enjoy reading the fact sheets with links to larger write-ups. Share this with friends and acquaintances and contribute what you can. I will be updating you on Indiegogo and on my blog at luigimorelli.wordpress.com. We'll keep in touch.